What's up, everybody? Welcome to Matty K TV. I'm your host, Matty K. March 3rd, 2021. Today, we're going to be talking about the Yemen famine that's going on and the crisis that's going on there, and it's just growing and it's getting 10 times worse. And intervention needs to happen so this gets taken care of. Mark Lowcock, who is the UN humanitarian, or chief, the United Nations humanitarian chief, saying this might be the worst famine the world has ever seen in decades. If donors, including like the Gulf states next door to the Yemen people, if they don't help, they're asking for $3.85 billion. Last year they received only 1.8 billion, and 2018 they said that there was 13 to 14 million people getting help for food and stuff, and now they're saying that's down to like 9 million. Now, this the big issue is getting these people to help, and why. And some people might be asking, well, what's going on? Why are these people going into a famine? Well, in 2014, a civil war broke out with the, excuse me if I'm not pronouncing this right, the Houthi group. And the Houthi group is an Iranian-backed organization who came in and tried to overtake they did overtake the Yemenese government, and they wanted their own regime, and the people fought back, and they're still fighting. So it's been going 7 years. This has been going on, and like I said, it's been Iranian, and they've been supplying them with weapons, they've been supplying them with money, they've been attacking airports, they've been attacking civilians, and what was going on was that this led the U.S. and some other Arab countries to form a coalition, and the U.S. was given the Saudis, helping them refuel their planes and stuff, but the Saudis were recklessly bombing and killing innocent civilians. Not that they were trying to do that purposefully, but these cowards were hiding in these buildings and stuff, and these were high value targets that they needed to get. But still, there's probably another way to go about doing that. So, with that being said, there's been the Houthi group. They've been taking food from the people, and it's just been a nightmare. So what's going on is that, and there's two sides to this too. Just by the way, there's people who think that we should be helping, and there's people like the Biden administration who think that we shouldn't, intervene. But yet we can go bomb Syria and stuff. But now we can't help these people. And they want to leave it to the policy that we don't help, and that they have to form their government and come together before they're recognized by the world as a government again. That's not going to happen. I mean, these are terrorists. These are terrorists. Oh, yeah, and by the way, the Biden administration has designated them not terrorists. Right before Trump left office, he designated them as terrorists. Well, the Biden executive order stopping anything that was going on in Yemen from the United States, which there hasn't been anything since 2018. The United States stopped fueling the Saudi jets that were bombing and stuff because of these reckless things. And when, they're like, oh, the U.S. bombs, they bomb these buildings and stuff. Well, probably because, that's what America does. In other countries, they sell weapons to their allies. And we make weapons for our allies and sell them. And that's where revenue comes from to our country, is doing things like that. Now, with that being said, like I said, the U.S. and Trump had no policy on this, except for he designated these people as terrorists. When Biden comes in and says he's reversing Trump's policy, and Trump never had a policy to begin with. So we don't understand what he's reversing. There hasn't been support for a while, but with that coming in and, saying that they're not going to do anything, Saudi Arabia has just raised the taxes on oil for all European and United States and the North America countries, but they didn't raise the tax in Asia at all. And a lot of people thought OPEC had something to do with this and stuff, but no, this was definitely the Saudis. And people are wondering why gas is going up in America. This is. I mean, there's probably some other reasons too. It has nothing to do with the pipeline. It has to do with this. So, with that being said, they're saying there's 4 million people who didn't receive any food last year, and these are the people who are essentially about to die. There's going to be no stable peace, with these people because they're terrorists, and they hate the West. They hate Saudi Arabia, Iran. This is a way for them to get into to get close to Saudi Arabia to do whatever they want. Saudi Arabia has has all the oil in the world. They're number one, and I think it's Iraq and Kuwait goes 2 and 3. And also, by the way, I was talking about the oil a little bit ago. When usually Saudi Arabia raises their prices, that means that usually Kuwait and Iraq will raise their prices also. So keep that in mind. I know I'm in Erie, PA, and I know our gas is up to $3 a gallon. When Trump left office, it was I think $2.29, $2.30, maybe $2.40 at the most. I think I'm not sure. So you got a side of people who think that that Biden's policy is awesome. Now let's talk about the side that does not think that's awesome. So there's a lot of people, including President Biden, who mistakenly think that solving this tragedy requires blaming the wrong side, and that's blaming the Saudis and the UAE. And really, it's exonerating the people who are really behind this, which is Iran. And it's sad, like I said, they paused several pending weapon sales to Saudi Arabia. And you gotta question Biden's actions because of the separate U.S. campaign against Al Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. So, which also threatens Yemen and Saudi Arabia, and they know this, and this is why I said like they raise taxes. This is like almost like when Japan, we stopped giving oil to Japan. I'm not saying that Saudi Arabia's going to come bomb us because they're not, but it's what I'm saying is that they're going to freaking okay, you guys want to do this? We're going to do this. So as the hot thing, their Shia opposition have a long received considerable Iranian financial and military support, including in recent times cruise missiles and drones. Also, the Houthi slogan, excuse me, like I said, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I tried looking up the pronunciation. I couldn't find anything. But their slogan is God is greater, death to America, death to Israel, curse on the Jews, victory to Islam. If that doesn't sound like a terrorist organization, I don't know what does, President Biden. Can you enlighten me? I'd love to know what this administration is thinking. Like, this needs to be taken care of. We have people dying of their starvation, and this is the issue. So you go bomb Syria, but we're not going to help these people. But we're going to go off and bomb Syria and stuff. But these people need help, so we're not going to, send any military over there to help them. Okay, that makes sense. So what Biden's doing is making unforced concessions to Iran. And they're loving this. A lot of countries sat there and bashed Trump. And, I'm not saying I'm a huge Trump supporter, but I'm not like diehard, like super right, like freaking all those other things. What I'm saying is that he stood up for our country. And he stood up for what was right. And, he stood up to these other countries and told them pretty much to F off. And, this is how it's going to be, and this is what we're doing. Now, Biden, I feel like these other countries, they all bashed Trump and stuff, what was going on. But really, they knew when Biden was coming in, they're going to be able to walk all over him. And look what's going on. Like, Iran? Are you kidding me? I was in the Navy. I've been through the Straits of Hormuz. I've been through there. I've been to the Persian Gulf on 2 deployments. I've been to Iran. It was the scariest I've ever been in my life. Yeah, I was never in any combat. And I have all the much respect for any soldier who has been in combat. But when the Mew and my boat came through, and you have freaking speedboats, and because the Straits of Hormuz are only 24 miles between one coast to the Oman coast, and international waters is freaking 12 miles. So there you go. That's on the radio you got Iran saying get out of their water, then you got Oman saying we're in their water, but then you got speedboats from Iran. Freaking hundreds of them with freaking 50 cal machine guns speeding up to you, trying to get you to get in your boat or your ship to fire. Like, it's a real deal over there. They don't like us, okay? It's like, I don't understand what these people are doing, like, over here, like, making deals with Iran. You're freaking nuts, man. So, also, this is its lame basis for resurrecting freaking President Obama's failed 2015 nuclear deal with Tehran. You know, the rhetoric gesture is ending U.S. support for Saudi war efforts. It's really just a freaking kick in the nuts to freaking Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and it's sad. But right now we need to figure out what's going on with this freaking this crisis and get this taken care of soon before it's too late and before millions of people die. I feel like that we should be able to help, and I think these other countries should also be helping. Also, these people don't deserve this. You know, you look back at Somalia in '92. Black Hawk Down times when that happened. 220,000 people died in Somalia, and and then they sent Delta in there. They sent the Rangers in there. The UN was there. Well, what's going on now? Like, where are these people at? Like, I mean, maybe it's not our war and stuff, but these people need help and stuff, and I feel like other countries should be helping also. Then, you compare the Holodomor from Ukraine, and that was the Great Famine, also known as the Terror Famine from President Stalin in 1932 to 1933, and between 4 to 12 million people died, and people don't know about that, and this is scary because the Holodomor this is what the term means. Emphasizes the famine's man-made and intentional aspects such as rejection of outside aid, confiscation of all household foodstuffs, and restriction on population movement. That's what they did in Somalia. This is what they're trying to do here in Yemen. They're pretty much trying to grip this population, the people who are fighting against them, and telling them how it's going to be. It's a sad day in the world, and this needs to be talked about because the news sources aren't talking about this. Something that I feel strongly about, and I feel like more people need to know. And because, like I said, no one's telling this stuff, and we need to know this and know how President Biden's administration, isn't helping, and like they're freaking just letting Iran just freaking run wild when they need to be stopped. Hey, I'm Matty K from Matty K TV. If you guys like this video, please comment, hit the like button, subscribe. Really would help me out. I'm trying to grow this channel. I got some more things coming up here. It's going to be some music opinions. There's going to be sport opinions, and there's going to be news like this. Just giving you guys news that you guys all need to hear. That's what I'm here to do. You guys all enjoy the rest of your day.